NXUMALO said, hello, I'm back, and I'm back with a bang. Like, 2 has a change in address in 2015 February. Who changed that address and cell phone number? Ramusipile has the craziest clapbacks for the judge recently.
And I'm bad like the Barbie. I'm a doll, but I still wanna party. Things felt like I'm ready to bend. I'm a 10, so I pull in a 10. Like Daddy, Stacy, all of the Barbies is pretty. Damn, all of the Barbies is bad.
Hello and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Nogwazi Ntombela, also known as Gwazi Bear on all social media platforms. To subscribe, be a part of this family, and if you're a returning subby, welcome back, darling. Now guys, yazi angisiza the postponement, because I was thinking to myself, how am I going to be able to shoot anything to do with this court, with the court proceedings, with my situation at home? But now that it's postponed, I know that I can do this video and it will be the final video, and I'll be able to post from the time that they resume with the proceedings. So let's get into the proceedings for today, which is the 25th of March. So we are back in court with Mr. Matlou from the traffic department on the stand for cross-examination, and Zulu was obviously the first person to do his cross-examination. And the main thing that he spoke about with regards to the cross-examination is the fact that the mere fact that the dates that are stipulated on the evidence of this witness don't prove that after booking his learners, or after writing his learners, he remained in Johannesburg. And that is one thing that I did mention in my previous video, that being in Johannesburg during July and September doesn't necessarily mean you were in Johannesburg, in Vosloorus, at the house in which the event or the incident took place during the 26th of October. And one of Zulu's questions was that the witness cannot dispute if the accused can say that he went home after writing that learner's license, or after passing that learner's license. And the witness basically says, well, it is the law, or the act says that when you apply for your learners, you need to apply where you reside. And I'm just like, why is this guy lying? Why is he lying? Because we see it all the time where people from Limpopo or Northwest come to Johannesburg to write their learner's license, or even do their driver's test in Johannesburg. So it doesn't necessarily mean that just because I stay in Joburg, I can't go do my test in Northwest if the dates are sooner and the service is better. I would rather go to Northwest and do my license. I mean, that just didn't fall right with me, because there's no such thing. People move from province to do their licenses and learners all the time. There wasn't too much in Zulu's cross-examination today. Ramusipile then went in with his cross-examination, and he also basically hammered on the point that all this information that you're giving us with regards to accused number 1 booking his learners, failing his learners, passing his learners, is not assisting the court in any way when it comes to the 26th of October 2014. And the witness does obviously agree. Nisi had no cross-examination for the witness today. And guys, NXUMALO said, hello, I'm back, and I'm back with a bang. Lalela. NXUMALO was on the ball today. On the ball. Now, being a person that's interested a lot in the Senzo Meyiwa trial, when the evidence of this witness was led, I was listening to a few people who are in the field of IT that spoke with regards to this evidence, and questioning how this person says he's logging onto the NATIS system from the courtroom, because that it's not possible that that system is live, basically. And that is what NXUMALO touched on today. It was so good to see, like literally. So the first thing is that he asked about the email that the witness received from Ukininda, and the witness says, yes, I did receive an email from Ukininda asking me to basically look into this sort of information. So NXUMALO says, where is the email? Now the witness goes on to say, no, it's classified, and I can't really show the email to the court unless the court actually requests me to do so. Now, my question is, you've already told us the contents of the email. How is it still classified? maybe I don't get the definition of classified. Maybe I need to look up the definition of classified. I think I'll do that and I'll just put it over here. But I don't get how you've already told us the whole context of what was requested of you, which was in the email, but you cannot show us the email. Maybe I'm just nosy also. Now, the one question NXUMALO asked that shook the witness out of his size 10 boots, if he wears a size 10, is the question about the change of address for accused number 4. He says, you said that accused number 4's address was changed. When was this done? So I could tell that this witness was caught off guard because he literally said, I'm looking into my system for a good 5 minutes. A good 5 minutes. And no, he looked, and yay, information yangavela. And then he says, okay. Eventually he says, no, the address was changed in September of 2015 or something along those lines. Let me just look. No, sorry, the 13th of February 2015. So NXUMALO says, and when was this query made? Because you're saying this is a query. When did you make this query? And he keeps saying, oh, let me check my system. Every 2 seconds, let me check my system. Then NXUMALO asks for a short adjournment, for which the judge is like, no, you can't ask for a short adjournment now. Let him look in the system. We want to see. We want to know it's in the information. Sharp. He then says, no, the change was made at Nongoma, and the change was made on the 13th of February 2015. Hold on to this information because it will come handy towards the end. Where was the car registered? And then the guy acts confused, and then eventually he says, no, the car was registered in Brakpan. Now guys, Brakpan is in Johannesburg, okay? So he says the car was registered in Johannesburg. And when he types in Mapisa's ID number, the registration of the vehicle, it shows all the previous car registrations. And now this is where I'm just questioning this witness altogether, because when he's asked about the registration of the car and any previous registrations, these are the registrations that he mentions. He says the first one is NKU 2652. All right, NKU, for those that know, they say it's Ulundi. The next registration is NMA 3689. Those who know NMA, it's Mahlabatin, Natal Mahlabatin. The next registration is NV 12294. And those who know NV, you say Vryheid. Now, if this vehicle was registered in Brakpan, why isn't there a registration for Johannesburg? Why isn't there a GP registration? That's the first question I asked myself. Then the accused calls NXUMALO over and says, yay, these are the details that I know. This car had a registration near GP when I got this car. So NXUMALO says this to the witness and says, no, the accused is saying that this vehicle had a registration which had GP as the registration. Now the guy then says, no, I would need the registration to check. Why do you need the registration? Because you said that every single registration that this car has had prior should be on the system. You've even mentioned 3. Why did you not mention the Johannesburg one? And why would you need the registration number to check when you were able to check with the ID number all along? Just proves that the system that he's using is not live. Anyway, and then he goes on to mentioning an offense on accused number 4's ID, and he says there was a ticket that was written for accused number 4, and the registration of the car, surprise, surprise, is KKY 511 GP. So now all of a sudden he knows the registration of the car was GP. Guys, this is very odd. This is very, very odd. And then he continues, NXUMALO, to ask, okay, and you said that the payment for this ticket or infringement was made on the 9th of, when was the payment made? And he says on the 9th of November 2017. Now, guys, all this information will come in handy just now because I'm going to start pointing out dates, right? So NXUMALO asks, when was the offense made on this particular ticket, and he says the ticket is for the 1st of December 2014. Okay, and you say that the payment was made when, and he says the 9th of November 2017. Now NXUMALO points this out to the witness. Accused number 4 is saying that he was arrested on the 27th of November 2014. Hold on to this. And he's been in Boksburg prison since then, 2014 November. Now let's look back at the dates that this witness has given us. He says, no, if that's the case, then this warrants a further inquiry. Because why? This person has clearly come here and misrepresented information. Because how is it that a person was arrested on the 27th of November 2014, has a ticket for December 2014? Who was that ticket to? 2, has a change in address in 2015 February. Who changed that address and cell phone number? 3, there was a payment for the same ticket in 2017 when this person is still in prison. Njani, guys? Njani. He then, accused number 4 then says the number that has been said in court to be his number was never his number. That number belonged to Utabani Madladla. So that was never his number to begin with. So, Sidlule, accused number 4, Mshololo has questions for the witness. Mshololo represents accused number 5. Now, Mshololo just went straight to the point and basically touched on something that the judge said this is what would be required of the defense with regards to the evidence of this witness. Because Mshololo says, okay, you talked about a white polo with registration EKG 615GP, all right? Do you know who the owner was? And he says, no, I don't know the owner of this vehicle because the permit on the car was wrong. Okay, good. Was there any infringement for this particular vehicle on the 26th of October 2014, which is the day of the incident? And the witness says no. You spoke about a Nissan Almera, which had an offense or a ticket on the 14th of July 2014, right? Was the accused the owner of this vehicle? He says no. Was there any infringement on the 26th of October 2015 with regards to this vehicle? No. You spoke about a grey Polo with registration CT79YZGP. And you said there was an infringement on the 20th of March 2016. And you said this car belonged to Banakoma Fleet. And he says yes. Okay. The accused will say that he did hire this grey Polo for 2 days in 2016. Would you object to that? And he says, oh, well, that's his version. I can't object to that. Okay. When you did your investigations, did you investigate, because you say from page 8 to 15 of your investigation, it says nothing about accused number 5. So you did your investigations and you found no information with regards to accused number 5 with regards to these vehicles. And he says yes. Okay, do you have information on the dates in which accused number 5 actually hired this said vehicle? And he says no, that was not in my scope. So I feel that Mshololo did very well for her client with these questions, because then this witness is just proving to be not relevant. He's not relevant because all of the dates that he's given us with regards to accused 5, with regards to accused 4, and accused number 1 are not relevant when it comes to the date of the incident. However, for accused number 1, I do agree that it basically rebuts his evidence that he was not in Johannesburg during 2013 to 2015. But I mean, not living in Johannesburg doesn't necessarily mean you didn't pop by. You get me? So those were the cross-examination questions for today. Baloyi then tells us that we are ready to go back into the cross-examination of Mangena, who is the ballistics expert. And he then does point it out that the defense is still consulting with their own expert to be able to basically lead evidence and rebut any of Mangena's evidence. And there's one thing I liked recently about Ramusipili. I gotta give it to him. Ramusipile has the craziest clapbacks for the judge recently. So the judge asked Ramusipile, well, who are the witnesses that have come to testify with regards to ballistics? And Ramusipile counts Mangena, Rulofsa, and he counts another person. And then the judge asks him, what did that person come to court to say? So Ramusipile is like, no, I don't remember. And the judge is like, no, but I remember the points of this case from the top of my head and what. Ramusipile is like, you're only dealing with one case. And I'm just like, clap back. Judge, you're only dealing with one case. Tina still nama case amaningi ukuthi sikakhumbula yonke information. Basically, that's what he was saying to him. So it is, we were made aware that there will be a recess from Thursday the 28th up until the 15th. We would have loved to see them sitting tomorrow with Mangena. However, Mgomezulu, as you will remember, the representative for accused number 1, was not present during the main trial. He was only brought in during the trial within the trial. So all the evidence in the main trial, he still needs to be familiarized with. So basically he asked that the court adjourn so that he can familiarize himself with this evidence, and he says that he should be ready to go by the 15th. According to Baloyi, the recess is from the 28th to the 10th. So the judge was like, okay, we come back on the 10th. But Umshololo says, no, it's not. The recess is up until the 15th of April. So let us be back on Monday, the 15th of April, where we will then proceed with the ballistics evidence. It is going to be interesting, and I'm happy that we are on recess. It gives me time to go home and bury my gran. But yeah, those were the proceedings for today. I hope that you guys liked this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. I will see you guys on the 15th of April when we're back with the court proceedings. Bye.